Celebrate the summer solstice in community.
Join our annual Arts and Wellness Festival to connect, create, and celebrate with the SOULstice Sisters.
In 2023, we explored what it means to cultivate your sanctuary.
Our 3-day festival highlights BIPOC, women, and queer artists and wellness practitioners based in San Diego.
Each year, we collaborate with featured guest artists to build our festival program, which includes creative expression classes, wellness workshops, and performances.
Day 1 of the festival is all about connection. We begin our festival with a social mixer where attendees enjoy music, dancing, and have an opportunity to meet other attendees, guest artists, and us.
Day 2 of the festival is all about creating. Our arts and wellness workshops give folks an opportunity to explore, embrace, and embody what cultivating your sanctuary means to them.
Day 3 of the festival is all about celebration. There is music, dancing, performances, and an open mic for attendees to share. Without a doubt, we always close with a dance party and teach folks the sultry strut.
We are grateful for all the memories made each year at our Summer Solstice Arts and Wellness Festival, and we can't wait to see you next year.
In the meantime, remember to keep living vibrant and shining bright.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. Happy Thursday. We are here. Actually, I want to use this celebratory. Do we like this or do we like mango?
You're going to do this one.
Okay, mango. So if you are tuning in live, it's probably because you got an alert on your YouTube or your Facebook or Instagram about us talking about our 4th annual festival. So if you're tuning in live, let us know you're here and share and drop your questions in the comments below. Otherwise, we're really going to thoroughly go through the who, what, where, when, why. We're going to talk about the theme. We're going to go into depth of what to expect of each day. We're going to talk about each artist who is going to be joining us. And we will even tap into sharing some workshop descriptions if that's what some of us want to hear as well. So everything that we're talking about is available on our festival website, but we thought it'd be fun to come on here and share this information in a more interactive setting.
Ooh. We got on IG, Colorette, is that Colette? Tuning in from LA. So, hey, welcome.
Hey. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. So if you are familiar with our lives, we always say where we're tuning in from and what we are sipping on. Okay. So I am tuning in from the DC DMV area. It is warmer here, but today wasn't quite sunny, but it was warm. But I have it's Adrian. Hi, Adrian. Sorry. I was like, I couldn't on my phone. The Instagram is so small, so I can't even really see. But welcome. But I was wearing my new thrifted top that I got from, where did we go to on Memorial Weekend? What is it called?
You went to the AmVet.
Yes, the AmVet thrift. And so I got this. It's very summery. It has that cabbage, lettuce, hem along the lines. The back is kind of out. It looks like sun rays. So it looks like sultry. And then I have this newly, I got this from, what is it called? Current Boutique. So it's a secondhand necklace. Then I got this Femme Fatale charm necklace on underneath.
Oh, I love that.
I have my pom-pom earrings from the Pom-Pom Project, of course. Oh, and then different rings and stuff. So
all your different stacks. I realized my neck is naked. Hold up, let me put my chain on.
That's how I feel, especially if I don't have my rings on. I feel like
I know. I was looking at myself. I was like, something's off. So I also am rocking something I got from the AmVet. As you might have, some of y'all, if you follow me on my personal page, I did a survey of which top to wear last Saturday, and y'all voted for the prints. But This is the second ensemble. And then I'm rocking some earrings I got from Amvet. But I decided to be playful because we're going to be talking about our festival theme, which is the healing nature of play. So I'm wearing mismatched earrings with a colorful top, and I'm sipping on some raspberry rose. I'm thinking of you, Tony. Some
Yay!
raspberry rose poppy in my "You Belong Here" mug that we got um, at a day. It was like the huddle where we conceptualized and manifested the festival, which is now going to be our 4th annual. So shout out to "You Belong Here," and I'm sipping on some raspberry rose.
Oh, I love that. We love our poppy drinks. I have, in the spirit of the pink, but different, I have the sparkling guava drink from Trader Joe's. Okay. Hey, it's delicious. I was eating real guava earlier from Costco, the mini guavas, and now I'm
Mm-hmm.
drinking guava.
We love a summer flavor. So yeah, so if you are here, you can drop your questions in the comments. On our social media, we also have an anonymous way to ask questions too. If you're like, oh, I want to ask a question, but I don't want you to know it's me, we have 2 options. So on our stories, you can click and share or just share in the comments. But yes, our festival is June 20th through 22nd in North County, San Diego. We're super excited because it happens on the weekend of the actual summer solstice. And the summer solstice, if you're not familiar with the seasons, is a season of um, being in a more social environment. It's about the sacral chakra opening up our creativity. It's a time of celebration. So we're really tapping into that summer energy and kicking off a season of being outside, being with others, being in community, but also having more time on our hands to rest and recover. A lot of times people take time off to go on vacation. And so we're hoping that y'all can treat our 3-day festival as a way to tap in to some soul care and tap out of hustle and grind culture. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So also, if you want to ask questions, just put them in the comment section below, whether you're tuning in Facebook, YouTube, or IG, and then we'll be able to see them as we go, and then we can put them on the screen. And you can ask anything you would like why we have the festival, who's going to be there, what to expect, what to bring, if you can bring people, all of that good stuff. But before we begin, I guess we could talk about the sale we have going on. So, Alyssa, do you want to talk about that?
Yes, we have a BOGO sale, Bring a Pal flash sale happening right now, and it ends on Saturday, June 7th. So, what that means is you can purchase any ticket and bring a friend for free. That means buy one, get one half off. So, we love to promote, making meaningful connections at the festival, but also we want you to bring a friend. We want to practice that abundant mindset. So, out of that abundant energy, we wanted to bring in the BOGO sale so you can bring your pal, because we know sometimes people have reservations about going places alone, where I want to assure you that if you do come alone, you won't leave lonely. You'll leave with the Soul Tree family. So that's what we have going on. Again, it ends Saturday, June 7th. So make sure you text a friend, you email that friend, you forward them this information, and you lock in your ticket, because we are going to have a ball, y'all.
Yes, so we are so excited. Like we said, this is our 4th annual festival, y'all. So we've been doing this for 4 years. Um, so if you're tuning in, I guess, did you want to share a little bit about us first before we get into it?
Yes, yes. I also want to say shout out to Adrian. Yes, thank you for being one of our supporters out here, telling people about the festival. We appreciate you. So a little bit about us. We're SOULstice Sisters, an arts and wellness collective based here in Oceanside, California. We are Black, we are Filipina, we are queer, and we made this collective because we wanted to address the lack of representation and diversity in the arts and wellness spaces. We found ourselves not seeing us at the forefront, holding space, and that's why we birthed SOULstice Sisters. And so our whole mission is to reclaim artistic expression and collective healing because it is our birthright. And when we're claiming it, to reclaim our ancestral narratives as well. So it's been such a journey to like tap in and learn about our Filipina and our African heritage and how people in our community are also bringing their cultures into it. So it's been such a journey to kind of populate different wisdom of wellness practices throughout the years.
Yes, and we're really passionate about collaboration. So, this is our annual event. We kind of call it like a family reunion because it's a way to gather and bring in all the amazing folks that we collaborate throughout all the years, but also throughout each year. So, whether that's local business owners, entrepreneurs, artists, creatives, all those things. It's a way
Organizations.
it's all a way for all of us to come together to celebrate the new season and to get to know one another. We really enjoy that our festival is more intimate because we get to really connect. So the people who are people, aka us, the people who facilitate and host the event, but also the facilitators of all the workshops, our guest artists, and the attendees are able to actually really connect with each other, get each other's information, hang out, because we have the different social mixers throughout the weekend as well. So it's a really fun time. And it's a way to get like information for necessary resources because we do collaborate with different organizations or businesses. So if there's people who are aligned with you or have resources that you've been looking for, then the festival is like the perfect place to get all of that.
Yes, and a lot of people have called our annual event a retreat, a party, a festival, and so we wanted to like kind of share that it's yes, and it's many of those things. So our community mixer on Friday is definitely a kickoff party where we are launching into our 3-day experience, and then Saturday is really like our retreat day where we're really tapping in and digging deep into the work and the theme of the festival, which we'll talk about later. And then the last day is our celebration where we share the downloads and the discoveries throughout the weekend. So we've really playfully curated like names for it, but we wanted to talk a little bit more about the theme first. But it's really all the things. It's part retreat, party, and also a place to kick back and relax.
Yes, and also with our festival, it's essentially the embodiment of what Soul Tree means to us. So we have elements that are about mind, body, and soul, because that's what soul care means to us. So also, if you were part of our Radical Soul Care series this year from October to May that we had at the Oceanside Library in the Oceanside Cultural Arts District, if you liked those sessions, then you're going to love the festival because it's like that, but even bigger in the fact that like we really go into depth of like all of those components that we just touched on in those workshops. So when we talk about like what does soul care mean, like how do we take care of ourselves, how does that relate to like community care, how does that relate to collective liberation and our resistance and our work as a collective to heal and to find joy. All of those things are a part of the festival every year, but we get an hour workshop of all of those things and more, and we get to like make crafts to take home. So it really does just embody everything that we do. Or if you're a part of like our Step and Stride Challenge or have gone to our Soul Flow, then we have movement workshops. If you're really into the mixers, like you went to our silent disco last spring for our fundraiser, we're going to have things like that as well. So kind of however you have come to connect with us, the festival is a way that we come back to that because we don't always do every month, but it's kind of we come back and we bring it all together again in a very celebratory way and a way that has a theme, which we'll get into, that also helps us kind of journey through all of those touch points when we talk about soul care.
Mm-hmm. And since our inception, we've always been about like picking a word and having an intention for the year individually. So that's the theme of our festival each year is kind of an intention for the collective, something that we're trying to really call into us to expand upon and bring other voices into defining. Because if you've been to some of our workshops, we always before when we talk about a subject, we always ask all of us to reflect on how do you define um, the subject matter. And so for us, the theme of this year is the healing nature of play. And I'm going to read our blurb because Tony and I really spent some time crafting it. So, as we reach for pathways for a liberated future, play is a vital practice. Play is natural and connects us to our humanity. It has roots in being a pathway to reclaiming our collective liberation. Play is different for all of us. There is no right or wrong way to play. Whatever it is, it often helps us relax, invites us to be curious, and find our flow. It's an opportunity to explore new ideas and tap into our imagination. For this year's festival, creatives and wellness practitioners will share their play and pleasure practices with us. Together, we will discover how pleasure centered learning connects us to the authentic version of ourselves. Snaps to that.
Yes. Yes, so every year we have a different theme. So this year, what was calling to us was the healing nature of play. And again, throughout the whole weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, throughout all the mixers, the workshops, the movement practices, even when we're eating lunch, all of that is intentionally curated by ourselves and the amazing guest artists that we collaborate with to bring like a very immersive and intentional and comprehensive experience. And so we get to really embody what play means to us.
Mm-hmm. And with the embodiment, we have set an intention for each of the days. Tony, do you want to go and talk about like the different like themes of each of our festival days?
Yeah, so day one is Friday, June 20th. And that's our community mixer. So that's 6 to 9 on Friday. And our theme for day one is play as pleasure. And so when we're talking about play, we really want to start off with that joy, with that pleasure, because again, we're going to kick off the weekend. We want people to be able to feel comfortable, feel fun, have that vibrant energy that we talk about in our motto, live vibrant and shine bright. So there's going to be like live performances, our silent disco. We'll go into the details in a bit, but there's going to be food, and then also we have vendors. And so it's a really fun time to connect with other people. So that's why we also wanted to emphasize the pleasure, like the pleasure of connection, the pleasure of food, the pleasure of music and that sonic experience, the pleasure of dancing and movement. And so that's why we really wanted to start off with that as a way to kind of ground us in the theme, because some people, it's their first time meeting us, it's the first time meeting everyone else. It might be their first time in North County. And so we really want to have a more like open space where we talk about play, where they can kind of, I guess, try it on first. Like day one's kind of like you're trying it on. You're like, okay, what does play mean? And kind of like shaking off those jitters of like maybe you're nervous because you haven't been to one of these. And then day two is Saturday, June 21st. So the day of summer solstice. And that theme is play as portals. So when we think of portals, we're thinking of opening, we're thinking of expansion, of stepping into something. So, right, this is the day of the summer solstice itself. So, the start of the new season. So, we're thinking of play as a way to open up kind of our creative pathways, opening up the portal of healing, of connection. And so we're kind of going deeper into play and kind of receiving. Saturday's kind of the day that we're really receiving. Is all of our art and wellness workshop days. So it goes from the morning until the early evening of really in-depth hours long sessions, and a lunch that, again, everything, even down to the food we're eating, is really intentional about this theme of play. And then the third and final day, June 22nd, is Sunday, and that we will be journeying together in the closing. So we call that like our closing day, where we have some workshops starting in the morning to the afternoon. And then in the afternoon is our closing ceremony, to really wrap things up. And this is play as processing. That is our theme for day 3. And to us, that's, again, the first day, we're like really just like shaking it off and like stepping into this new summer season, connecting with people. Day 2 is like, okay, what does play mean to me? What does having this more imaginative framework look like? And then day 3, we're processing all of that information we received, whether that was things that we created during the weekend, whether that's things that people shared that we are downloading for ourselves, or processing as kind of getting that gunk out too. So there still will be movement, there'll be creative writing, and just different ways for us to creatively process things. So throughout the whole weekend, but especially on day 3, we're offering different practices of how you can process. So because some people, they want to talk and share out loud and use their voice. Some people want to create something tangibly to keep for themselves as a reminder. And then some people want to move through that, or have a totem where they're looking at it and observing what play means to them. So yeah, through play as pleasure, play as portals, and play as processing, we're able to really journey through the healing nature of play. And throughout all of this, we also say the healing nature of play, because we want to talk about the different elements of play, how they connect to one, Mama Earth. Like, so the elements outside, we'll have some outdoor elements, and then food, right, which comes from the earth, that's part of nature, but also just how we naturally as humans like play, right? Like, play is something that is very innate and natural to us, but how sometimes we get disembodied and disconnected from it. And so we're coming back to that healing properties of play, where it's not superficial of like, oh, I'm just doing this or that, but really the intentional practice of using play as a healing practice and a part of our healing journeys. When we talk about collective healing, when we talk about radical soul care, when we talk about collective liberation, how play is also at the root of that.
Yes. And like the reason why we came to this, and that was a beautiful description, Tony. So thank you for that well in-depth, beautiful description. I wanted to like dive deeper into like why this theme, why now? We're at a point where like productivity and AI and like high performance is just like in our faces. And so we're inviting the theme of play to remind ourselves that play is a form of resistance, because play doesn't have to finish in a product. When you're playing, you're not like, what am I making? You're just in the doing. You're leaning into the doing without having to architect like or like build into something. And so we're going to have some playstations along with our workshops where you're able to like get your hands dirty, like different invitations to try different things. And so that will be available at all of our days. We'll have a guided one which we'll talk about, that was going to be on Friday, but on the Saturday and Sunday we'll have these playstations in our outdoor area where you'll have the option to go in and out of doing a workshop, because also we're also trying to embrace play as autonomy, play as honoring your capacity. And so it's gonna be in a beautiful space where we will have opportunities to really tap into our inner knowing and inner honoring of what do you need in this moment. So we're going to practice a lot of that autonomy as we guide ourselves through this weekend. And I'm really excited for that, because that's the first time we've had it. We had a little bit at the end of year 2. So we're gonna, it's something that it's a little bit of an experiment, but something we feel really called to offer at this year's festival.
Yes. And we have some questions in the chat and the IG chat. Or some comments first, and then I'll get to the question. So we have Adrian sharing, super excited already. Yes, right. There's so much that the weekend is going to cover and to also present for all of you to indulge in. And then Sunny is sharing, so excited to play with food with y'all. Yes, yes. Sunny is our essentially like resident caterer and culinary
Color artist.
Yes. And so we love working with you, Sunny, and we can't wait. Y'all, it's going to be so fun. Like, if y'all thought the food was good last year when Sunny did it, it's going to be even better with this play element. So definitely get excited. And we have a question. What is radical soul care? So glad that you asked. Yeah, we did a whole series on that because we would touch on it in different workshops that we've done, but we did feel like people were curious to have like a more deep dive and like, what does that mean? How can we apply that? How does that even like show up in our regular lives? And so for us as Soul Tree Sisters, we define radical soul care as it's important so we can preserve and protect ourselves as we heal as a collective. But soul care in itself for us is the holistic approach to nourishing our mind, body, and soul. So that holistic point of view of like your whole body, your whole spirit. And it's how we maintain our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and collective health. So again, for us, it's really about not just myself. So that's why we say soul care, not just self-care. Because for us, it's about the collective and the communal well-being. And that's how we then are also well ourselves. But for radical soul care, like quotes that kind of ground us in the work that might help you understand it as well is one is by Audre Lorde. So it's caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. So again, radical soul care for us is political. When we talk about our wellness and our well-being, it's not the woo-woo like, oh, just, zen it out and all the bad things will go away and the peace will come. Like, no, we're really about
Preserving ourselves in our community, right? Like that's
Mhm.
what it is. It's like we understand we live in an ecosystem. And so when we also reclaim the word radical and reframe it, it's also, what is from our culture. So we invite like not just this whitewashing of wellness. We ask everyone to reflect on ancestrally and culturally what are wellness practices that your family has done, like what kind of medicine do you when you're sick, or what kind of rituals, and to really honor that as your soul care. So we have these general invitations, and we definitely share from our personal experience, but our type of soul care is not like an overall washing of everyone does the same thing. It's an honoring of ours and an invitation for folks to journey through and self-define what it means to practice radical soul care. So in an ecosystem, you might be in a journey where you are very giving, and so you need to go and receive. And you might be in a part of your journey where you're receiving and you feel called to give. So we have a culture of reciprocity where we have people who come to us saying, I want to volunteer, I want to give. And then we have people saying, I give a lot and I'm here to receive. So we practice that culture of reciprocity where people come and show up in and having something to give and having something to take. So also radical soul care is not just this commercial transactional taking from the earth, taking from others, and cutting off from the world. It's a not way to retreat. It's a way to reframe, so that we can preserve ourselves, preserve our communities, because there's a lot of matote madness out there that will have us thinking that a product will help us, but it's really our communities and nature that is so abundant in healing.
Yes, exactly. And we have in the comments Quadia. Sorry, I don't know if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm sorry, but they are sharing. I wholeheartedly support and understand you, ladies. Yes. And
Thank
then
you.
Sunny sharing. Yes, activate and share rest and action. Yes, that's what we're about. It's like the soul care is about taking care of yourself, and the elements of that is resting, but also the action. Like, how are we, coming together and building these collaborations? How are we coming together as a collective to use the resources
Mm-hmm.
we each have individually, but bringing that together? So that's really important. And that reminds us of the Angela Davis
Mm-hmm.
sharing, which is anyone who's interested in making change in the world has to learn to take care of themselves. So, again, we love Angela Davis and her being a foremother of this work in the greater community at large. And we apply that to our community here. And that's really important to us, that like we can't be burnt out, we can't just be isolating ourselves. And these things are typical because of society and white supremacy, capitalism, all those things. Um, and so the work that we do is really about unlearning those things, having a safe place to rest as BIPOC, as queer folks, that, not all spaces are places that we can do those things, but we try really hard and intentionally to create a space that is able to have folks feel safe to do that, and inspire us. Like, we are the facilitators and the curators of the space, but that's why we love working with y'all, and that's why we're collective, because Sunny, Frankie, Che, all these people that we work with, Katie Ruiz, all these people that we've worked with in the past and currently this year inspire the work that we do and really embody that. The work and the passion and the intentionality. And so we are really intentional
Mm-hmm.
about who we work with. So if you enjoy the work we do, you'll probably really enjoy the artists that are facilitating the different workshops. We lead workshops once a day as well, but there's amazing people too that are able to really get into this work.
Yes, and um, some people might ask, like, well, how do you find the artists that you ask to lead workshops, perform, and it's people that we are in community with. It's people that we've shared space with. So, like Tony was saying, it's a very intentional space. So, if you are an artist or an art enthusiast, this is like the perfect festival to be immersed around a community of folks who see the world through art, um, see the world through wellness practices. It's definitely a space to share your knowledge as well. So there's going to be plenty of time to discuss. I wanted to also highlight and go back to a little bit of Friday. It's going to be at Oceanside Museum of Art. It's going to be our first time there. And the reason why we're excited is because our hometown is Oceanside. We went to Oceanside High School, Jefferson Middle School. Our parents are both veterans in the Navy, and they've retired here. So we want to bring it back home. Part of our soul care is finding our way back home within ourselves. And so for us, as we grow our community and the Soul Tree Sisters, we always want to remember where our home is. So we always try our best to do something in Oceanside, and it's so exciting to do it at Oceanside Museum of Art. And what's exciting, if you've never been to this museum, the galleries will be open. The
Yeah.
galleries will be open, so you will be able to not only celebrate with us, you'll be able to explore the different galleries. We're going to have a PlayStation, which is the silent disco, which Sierra Dominique is curating, and she is everywhere, y'all. She got like Sunday's best this Sunday. She has another she's spinning another place on Saturday. We're so lucky to have her a part of our festival, and so you'll be able to listen to music and then check out the different galleries. So again, a lot of intersections of play, different combinations, and so that's really exciting. And then do you want to talk about we can ping pong about the different artists on Friday?
Yeah, so we'll have our silent disco, which is super fun. And again, all of these things throughout the weekend, we're kind of calling play stations. So different stations where you can tap into your play practice. And we'll also, in addition to all of the artists and the workshops that we have. So then for Friday, we have Frankie Simone performing. So Frankie was the Friday Mixer performer, or one of them, last year as well. So we love Frankie. Frankie sings, dances, and it's just such an inviting and vibrant spirit.
Vibrant.
We're really excited to have Frankie back. Everyone was just dancing last time, so that's going to be super fun.
And then we have Thina, who is also our one of our coordinators this year, who's going to be leading a PlayStation where we're doing watercolor. She's a visual artist, also a yoga practitioner, and she's been a part of our community since our first festival. We actually met her at year one, and now she is leading a PlayStation and a part of our team. So we're really excited to work with her. Her handle is called Papaya Moon Art. She's also a potter, like lots of great things. And so you'll be able to do an interactive activity with her at the gallery.
Mm-hmm. And I'll drop the link. You can go to our website, but specifically our festival page, and you can get all the details about all the artists just in case you're like, I can't keep up. Who is who? So I'm putting
Yes.
comments now. Or if you're on Instagram, I put in the chat the Sultry Festival website. So sultrysisters.com/SS Festival is the festival site. You can look at all the details of location, time, agenda, but then you'll click on get to know the artists, and then you'll see all of the information for our 2025 guest artist list.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have our art installation. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Tony?
Yes. So with Sultry, again, we really like the holistic approach to art and wellness. So there's things that we'll do, there's things that we'll look at, there's things that we'll play with. And so we're like, of course, we have to have our annual art installation as usual. And so we're collaborating with Katie and M. Ruiz. So they're sisters as well. So Katie is the artist who makes our pom-pom earrings. And if you're a part of our Radical Soul Care series, when we did our pom-pom Sankofa art backdrop or art piece, that artist, she is our installation artist, her and her sister. And so Katie, we've worked with multiple times. Also last year at the festival, we started the Sankofa Pom Pom project. And then in February at our workshop for the Radical Soul Care series, we finished it in community. So we love working with Katie, and her sister M is an artist as well, a muralist, and has done murals in Artist Alley in our Oceanside. So yeah, it's all just, our community is like so interwoven, connected. We're getting to know more and more people in North County as well who are doing amazing work. And the fact that they're sisters, we're like, we have to have y'all featured. So our backdrop this year embodies the theme. So every year our backdrop changes because we want it to reflect the theme. So it's about the healing nature of play, what that means to us, how kind of we're all individuals, but we come together to make up a whole, and how playfulness, vibrantness, bringing our own self to the space, that's all embodied in the art installation. And there's an interactive element. So we'll be able to add our own part to the installation. So you won't want to miss out on that. And the installation will be up all 3 days. So we hope that y'all are able to add your own element on there with the interactive craft. We want y'all to also be able to take pictures with it, and add to our guest book, because we have Polaroids that we have everyone add to our guest book. Or if you want to take pictures with us or other attendees or with yourself to document, this weekend retreat, festival, reunion, and kind of like a yearbook of sorts, actually, too. Here, people are able to add to it, and we have like, people who keep coming every year. So super, super fun.
Yes. And then we'll have Sunny, our featured culinary artist, serving us good food. And we're going to also be sober, curious, and having some mocktails. So we're really excited for to have an event that is very inclusive and really centered around a playfulness in connecting over food.
Mm-hmm. And to us, food is medicine, food is fun, food is play. So we were like, why would we skimp out on that element too?
And it's a major connector, like culturally, like most of our connections, like all of our memories with our family has always been coming together at a party and gathering around food. I mean, most cultures have that. So to have that as an artistic element is very special. So we're really, really thrilled to have Sunny, who's like really diving into the theme, and we cannot wait for that experience.
Yes. And
And
it,
that's to add, your ticket comes with
I was about to say
getting
that.
at, so if you're wondering about the festival pass, you want to talk about that, Tony?
Yeah. So, oh, and Sunny's putting in the chat food PlayStation on Friday making dumplings. Yes, because we love dumplings, and we're like, why not have an element where you're playing with your food to make it and you get to eat it? So, super, super awesome. We're so excited. But yes, because you might be like, oh, this all these things sound good, but like, how am I supposed to afford all of that? Guess what? Your ticket comes with all the food, comes with the mocktails, comes with all the craft supplies. So essentially, we have a sliding scale ticket. And so there's 3 different tiers of ticket, like options for the weekend, like how to experience the weekend. So Friday and Sunday evening is our community mixers. So you can get a community mixer pass if you just want to come for like the dancing, the food, and more of the social. So we have a community mixer pass. And the pass is valid for both mixers. So you don't have to choose which one. You can go to either or both. And then we have day only passes. So if you want to come for just Saturday for all the art and wellness workshops, or if you want to come to Sunday for the workshops and that closing mixer, you can choose a day, or you can get the whole weekend, all 3 days in one for a 3-day festival pass. And Saturday also includes lunch. So each day there's food. So there's you'll be fed every day, and we have beverages and things like that. And the weekend pass is like the best bang for your buck because there's so many workshops. There's so many things to do at the mixers, at our PlayStations, and each guest also is able to get a guest goodie bag that has some like fun swag. And this year we have some really exciting things that we'll announce soon. But there'll be some fun new things in the goodie bag this year. But essentially we're sliding scales, so based on the website, or on the website you can see the different tiers that you can get a ticket based on your personal circumstances. And so you can choose if you're like more of like a student, there's a rate for
Community
that.
here. Mm-hmm.
So there's different tiers, so just go to our festival registration, which we have in the chat, or go to our website, soultreesisters.com/SS festival. And when you click register, then you'll see all the tiers there. But if finances is still a barrier for you, then we do have our festival scholarship. So because we get donations in, we're able to scholarship tickets to folks who are not able to financially pay for the festival. So we still have festival scholarship spots open, and we have a community artist grant.
Yes. So
So
if you are a community artist, if you're an artist that is based here in San Diego, you can apply for an artist grant because what would the world be without artists? And that is us showing gratitude to the artists that we are in community with. So definitely check that application out. It's and again, we're here to make the festival equitable and affordable. And so we definitely want our artists to be able to experience this festival as well.
and I'm putting in the chat the scholarship form and
Mhm.
the art and culture grant form.
Perfect. And if you're like, I don't know if I want to do, take up a spot for the artist grant or the scholarship, you can volunteer. If you have the capacity and you want to be a part of our team, experience working BTS with us, you can also join our volunteer squad, our crew. And so there's always a place for you here. It's just a matter of honoring your capacity. So we don't ever turn away anyone for lack of funds. We invite you to come and experience the festival. So just DM us if you have more questions. But Tony is lighting up the chat with all the links. So on the replay, y'all, you will have all of these things to click on. So thank you, Tony, for managing all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no problem. But yes, we would love to have you all join us. Or if you know someone who'd be interested, maybe you know someone who's really looking for community, who's really looking for a way to be, like Sunny said in the chat, be fed body and soul, then forward
Mhm.
them the link to the festival website or the scholarship, and let them know that, we want this to be accessible to folks. We've also had some people in the past get their job, or even currently, I think, get their place of work pay for the festival as like a professional development.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I think in general it could work, but especially if you work in the arts, like you're arts administrator or an educator, then I think in the past they definitely have gotten it covered. So yeah, there's many ways for you to be able to attend, but we do have scholarship and artist grant spots open, so do not be afraid to apply. We do encourage you to apply sooner rather than later, just so we can know the head count. So when we're finalizing, all the logistics that go into making sure everyone is covered. But for the most part, we won't turn you away. We just want to make sure you're registered ahead of time.
Yes. Another thing we wanted to add, if you're like, oh man, I'm not going to be in town, but I really wanted to come, or I'm watching this and I live in another state and I wish I could be there. You could sponsor, you could donate, you could donate to our Soul Tree Fund. I'll put, and Tony has like the link there. We where you can be a part of the festival in your own way. And if you're like, what about that sultry swag y'all were showing? Yes, at the festival, we are selling our new merch. And so if you would like to purchase some merch post festival, you'll be able to do that as well. We right now, I think we're trying to reserve all of our new merch for people that are going to be at Pride by the Beach this weekend and folks that are going to be at our festival. But you can join our pre-sale link. So we're definitely going to honor the folks that are here in person to get it right away, but you can join a pre-order list so that you can also support and rock some sultry swag.
Yes. And similar to last year, like Alyssa said, we'll prioritize people who are in person for the sizing. But we will also launch the like how to just purchase it flat out soon. And then you'll be able to purchase it either for pickup or we can mail it within the US. And yeah, so we can DM us if you're somewhere that's far right now, but you run it now and you don't want to wait post festival. But yeah, until then, you could just sign up on the pre-order list. We're super excited. If you click the link, you'll also see the designs. So we have last year, Giselle, one of our community members, designed our 5-year anniversary tee. So it's that green shirt that we usually wear with the yellow and pink printing on it. Oh, you have it there? Nice. So that was our last year 5-year anniversary tee, but it's the same design but on a new shirt. So this year it's a yellow tie-dye. So it's our sultry yellow tie-dye shirt, and then the graphic is in all black on front and back. So it's the same like design but a different look. So
Yes.
we
Little
love
play.
we thought, yeah, with the theme of play, we wanted a playful tee, and it's still the sultry colors. So if you didn't get a chance to get a shirt last year, then make sure you get the shirt this year, y'all, because each year is limited edition. We sold out of our other t-shirts, but we will have tote bags. Last year we had the same design of the shirt, black ink on front and back. And this year we have a special edition mini tote bag.
Mini totes, yes.
Yeah, so it's
Your
gonna
crystals or mini zines. your accessories.
Yeah, it could be whatever you want it to be. But we have exciting new merch so you can support our work. And especially if you can't come in person to the festival, it's a way to be a part of the work. This is our other design. So this we will be sporting at Pride by the Beach in Oceanside this Saturday. It's our Live Vibrant, Shine Bright Pride tee. So the
Yes.
festival yellow one is called our Play tee, and this is our Pride tee. And people are loving it. We wore it. We previewed it at our Radical Soul Care closing
You
workshop.
down with Soul PP? The Soul PPTs? Okay. Playing Pride. Get with it.
And y'all loved it so much. We're like, okay, we got to add more extra so we can bring to the festival. So, because
Mhm.
of y'all's interest and inquiries, we will have some of the Pride tees at the festival as well. So, you can get some Pride ones and Play ones at the festival, y'all. So, no excuse, okay? And if you know a friend who wished they could have came to the festival, guess what? Just like a concert, you can buy them a t-shirt as a souvenir. So,
Mhm.
or a tote bag or a
Mhm.
mini tote. We have all kinds of stuff, y'all. We still got our wellness blends. We
We
got
have.
our pouches. We got our bayabas, our guava leaves with our stickers that are also for sale at the festival.
Mhm.
So there's gonna be stuff. Okay, no excuse.
There's and yes, because we do free programming all year long. And so you just let you know we are not a retailer, but the merch we sell goes to all of our ongoing program, like our buy and book club series, our Step and Stride challenge, our annual hike, art walk. So that support, whether you are just donating to our Soul Tree Fund, which goes to our festival, or purchasing merch, which goes to our ongoing programming, that really helps us to sustain Soul Tree from our community. That's how we do crowdfunding. So definitely get into it. And we have some other common FAQ questions that we're going to go through. But as we continue, definitely leave the comments in the chat. If you watch the replay and want to add the comments later, we'll definitely be managing and checking it. You can also email us at connect at soultreesisters.com. So you might be wondering, like, who is this for? This is for our queer BIPOC community. It's for folks who are interested in learning more about holistic wellness, soul care, and sustainability through movement, writing, sound healing, and creative expression. It's for folks looking for community and meaningful connections. And we mean it. We really are here to foster, you know, making friends. As an adult, it's hard to make friends. We read the book Platonic, so we are creating an annual space for you to make those connections, and an intentional space for you to make lasting connections. It's a place for folks who want to invest in their personal and collective wellness and healing. Like Tony was talking about, a lot of people have used this as their annual way to personally invest in themselves. Another question is like, how will this benefit me? Well, it's going to help you build your personal soul care practice, give you ideas of ways to sustain yourself throughout the year. It's a great opportunity to set your intentions for the second half of the year. We are in June of 2025, y'all. It's a way for you to tap into your creative expression. We just are finishing off reading The Artist's Way. So if you are in the midst of your creative recovery, this is a great weekend to tap in and to bob and weave those creative U-turns, to get rid of censor and just be here in the presence of play. It's an opportunity to create rituals that support your holistic well-being. We'll have our community altar there, which is really, really special. And so you'll be able to add to that and gain inspiration. And it's a way to bring in the summer solstice and remind ourselves that healing does not have to happen in isolation. I don't remember the bell hooks quote, but it's about not healing in isolation. I'm going to look it up so I can share it by the end of this live. And it's a way for, and then people probably wondering, like, what do I have to learn? All those things, but really how to be in right with community, and how to be in right with self and right with nature. So it's a way to really be reflective, really be responsive, and to have people to I guess lean on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And also, um, if y'all are wondering, like who is it for, as in like demographic. So we create our festival intentionally for the most marginalized folks in our community. So we center and prioritize queer, trans, and BIPOC folks. And we do also have a BIPOC discount on the ticket. But right now, the BOGO is still like the best deal. We had our early bird special. Now we have the BOGO sale. But still, on your tickets, you can apply the BIPOC discount because we really want to make it accessible along with our scholarship and our artist grant. But even if you are not queer or BIPOC, you could still attend the festival. Just know the space is created by and for like the content and the intentionality that we put in is really for queer, trans, BIPOC. But yeah, we have others and allies who do attend as well. So if you have questions, just let us know. You can message us. But yeah, we really want to welcome all. We are multi-generational as well. So our Soul Tree Mama comes, our aunts have come. There's people who come like who are mother, daughter. We have family members come, so siblings, sisters, best friends will come. Co-workers, we've had people in like the same workplace come before. So yeah, like you can come alone with yourself, you can come with a group or your bestie, but just know no matter what, by the end of the weekend, we all become like this beautiful community family. And we look forward to every year again being like a family reunion.
Yes. That's what makes me so excited each year, y'all. And we also didn't want to forget to thank our ongoing sponsors. So one of our sponsors that have been helping us to produce this like every year has been the William Mell Foundation, and they are a private foundation that I've been a recipient of. I now sit on the selection committee, and now they are sponsors of this annual event. And if you are an artist and you're looking to get funding, definitely check us out. I'll drop it in the link. I'll drop the link in the comments, but we are really grateful for William Mell Foundation for helping us to sustain this. It's very challenging to get funding for just arts and wellness in general, let alone like getting ongoing funding. So again, we want to thank all of our in-kind sponsors, people who have donated their time, donated their products to us. This year, really, really excited. We have partnered with. You want to talk about this, Tony? Passion Planner. Tony, you want to talk a little bit about Passion Planner?
Yeah, so Passion Planner sent donations of planners to our attendees. So with your goodie bag, you'll be able to receive a planner. So we have very playful designs. We love Passion Planner. They're a San Diego-based company that's based. The creator is Filipina and queer. And I've been using Passion Planner since I was an undergrad. They used to give out free planners at school because I know students need to use planners, and I've loved it ever since. And then Geminelle, so she was one of our performers, our first year festival. She's also works with Passion Planner. So yeah, it's just part of like kind of the communal ecosystem. But this year they donated planners for y'all, so we're really excited, and stickers. So we'll have
nature stickers. So it's in the theme too. So
and fun, playful one. So yeah, so you'll get a sticker book and a planner when you attend. And so that's super fun. And we have all these other exciting things. But our other sponsor this year for the festival is the Hugh Ying Foundation. I hope I'm saying that right. But we got their Women's Health and Wellness Micro Grant. So you're one of their selected awardees. And so, yeah, with the power of these private foundations, we were able to fund this year's festival, which is super exciting because we want to make sure it's accessible to our community. So with these donations from the grants, we've been able to sustain ourselves. So that's something that's super important to us. And we just wanted to thank our sponsors and our funders. But we also, I think we didn't even talk about like why we do this solstice. So I want to just
Yeah.
touch on that. Because people might be like, okay, this is super cool, but like, what does the solstice mean? Like, is it just because you're sultry? So it's not just because we're called the Soul Tree Sisters. It's because June 21st is the summer solstice. So SOLSTICE. So just like astrologically, it's
Mhm.
the beginning of the summer season. So we like, because in January 1st, with the start of the calendar year, a lot of people want to start their new goals and take action, but sometimes that could be hard because you're like, it's cold, I'm hibernating, like what's going on? Like, I just want to be by myself, I just want to be inward, I don't really want to go and do. And so you might feel more called to the summer solstice as a time of year to kind of bring in those intentions for planning, for taking action, because it's the summer. Like literally, it's warmer outside. There's more daylight in the day. There's more hours of sunshine in the day. You might just feel more energetically like driven to change things or to do like that action. And so we wanted to create our festival around the solstice as like a way to intentionally set our intentions for this new season, but also as a time to reflect on like, okay, what has been going on in the previous seasons and the previous year? What things do we want to let go of? What are we bringing in? And also a way as like, again, like with New Year's, as a New Year's coming in, there's New Year's celebrations, right? So we wanted to kind of acknowledge and have like a cornerstone of celebration in our community of our new year. So Soul Tree, like our new year is the summer solstice, and so we
Mhm.
created this festival around that time of year that we love celebrating.
Yes, we love the seasons. And for those of you who know our programming, that's how we program. We program with the seasons. And as we've evolved, you can really see and feel that with our programs. And so it feels good to have this cyclical sense
Mhm.
of gathering, as well as a way to really reflect and empower ourselves to move forward and have that forward motion in our journey as we journey through our artistic selves and our holistic selves. So it's a reflection of us and our journey. Tony and I, we love the summer months. It's a time where, like, I get to visit her, she gets to visit me. So it was before it was a festival, it was a time where we saw each other. So again, a lot of what we do at Soul Tree is an abundant reflection of our relationship and the things we like to do. So we're just really excited to share this, because celebrating the seasons and having fun themed parties and different crafts, this is like what we have always done as a way to connect.
Yeah, if you have been with us since 2019 when we first started, yeah, we had guest speakers, we had music, we had food, we had crafts, we have a craft that you take home. We had space for you to share with each other, like your manifestations and what you're calling in for the year. And so, again, we have just kept doing that, and we just add different things every year, and we've been able to expand our offerings, and to grow alongside you all. So yeah, it's really exciting for us. We are 15 days away, y'all, so about to be 2 weeks away from our festival. We
Yes.
are super excited. We want you all to join us. So definitely get your BOGO tickets, buy one, get one free, to bring a pal, bring a friend, or even if you don't have anyone in mind yet, you can just get a ticket, and then you have a free spot. So you might
Mhm.
see someone the week before and they're like, oh, I'm trying to hang out next week. And you're like, oh, well, I got an extra
I
ticket
got you a spot.
to the festival.
Exactly. And so stay tuned in the next as our countdown to the festival, we're going to post information about each artist and their workshop, their performance, their play portal. So stay tuned for all of that. We're like it's going to be exciting, and it's coming in fast. It's coming in hot. So again, make sure to get that BOGO ticket. Make sure if you want to apply for any of our scholarship opportunities to do that. We are still looking for volunteers. We would love more abundance in the support. So you can also do that as well. If you're like, oh, what if I only want to volunteer one day and come one day? That is also an option, because when it comes to volunteering, the day that you volunteer is the day that you're attending the event. So say if you want to, buy a BOGO ticket for a mixer pass. I'm just giving an example. Oh, I'm going to buy a BOGO ticket for the mixer and then volunteer on the weekend so I can do the full like festival. Like that's a way to work it too. You can mix and match your volunteering and your sliding ticket purchase. But also if you're at capacity and you're like, I need to receive, like, we really hope that everyone takes the time to check in with yourself. And when it comes to this festival, what are you needing in this moment? And I don't want anyone to just rush to volunteer because it's free. There's also other avenues, because we really want to build an intentional space with great energy. So like ask yourself, am I needing to receive right now? Well, then you apply for that scholarship. You can just show up and receive. If you're like, I really feel like I got to do something. I have more action. Like, give me a task, volunteer. We give you a task. If you're like, I have work, but I just have the mixers. I can do that. Come and play and as pleasure, So I really want everyone to really honor themselves and come into receive this goodness. But that's why we have such a diverse like option for you to engage, because we really want you to honor and be able to receive, but also be able to give as well. We honor that, and we appreciate your support. You showing up in whatever capacity is a reflection to like all the passion that we've put into this. Is a labor of love that Tony and I have put together for y'all. Like, it's a big thing. Like, we're not married, we don't have children, so this is our baby. This is the thing, y'all. This is the thing that that really does that make sense, Tony, what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
We're really proud of this that we're put together. So we really want our community to be able to experience what we've intentionally crafted, and we want to experience it with you. That's the thing. We've crafted it to where we have enough support to where we can participate. So the reason why we want you to be here with us is because we want to experience all of this goodness with you.
Yes, and we're really excited to be with y'all. There's a lot of y'all who have been telling us so far that you look forward to the festival every year. And sometimes if you haven't been able to attend in the past, then people have shared that like they're so excited that this year it aligns with their schedule. So yeah, we're excited to bring in the summer season with you all. If you have been with us since the beginning or the beginning of the festival, we're excited to see you again. If you're new to our community, we're excited to meet you. There's many people in our community who we've met at the festival, who we've continued to grow our relationships with, and we become friends, or people who become repeat attendees to our events. So we just love seeing you all. Also, if what was I going to say? Oh, if you came to our third year festival or our second annual festival in 2023, that's where Saturday and Sunday is at Founders Hall. It used to be called the Collective Table. So if you're like, oh, it was called something else, because it was called the Collective Table and now it's Founders Hall, but it's in Encinitas. And so it's the same venue from the 2023 festival that you see in the trailer, that venue.
Mm-hmm.
Our YouTube trailer video of the festival will be back there. So it's indoor and it has an outdoor patio area. There's a lot of parking. So yeah, we're really excited to be at Founders Hall and then at Oceanside Museum of Art in our hometown. So it's going to be super fun, y'all. There's going to be all kinds of different arts and wellness workshops. Each one, like we said earlier, goes more into depth of our theme of play, again, as play as pleasure, play as processing, play as portals. And so if this theme is intriguing to you, we encourage you to come. Our festival, we're really about being present and intentionally like in the moment. So we don't currently have like virtual options. We will have a little bit in the stories. You just get to see a teaser, but we really want people to be present in the space, and we're all just, navigating and journeying through what the healing nature of play means to us.
Yes, I have shared a link to our festival page and our festival artist page for you to dive in and learn more. We are always here to answer questions, and we hope to see you.
Yeah. So if you have any questions right now, we'll stay on a little bit just for you to put them. Um, but yeah, there's so many ways to get involved, to stay connected with us. This is our big like shebang of the year. And then we have a break for ourselves. And then usually in the fall is when we start programming again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
your time to really hang out with us and join us until we start the next round.
Yes. Just as we wait for questions to come in, I'm just gonna go over the titles of the workshops. The little titles. What do you think about that, Tony?
That's good.
So for our Saturday workshops, we're of course going to open the Play as Portals Day, and our workshop is titled "Discovering the Healing Nature of Play." We're super excited to open up the day, and then our second workshop is by Makosi Foundation, and the title is "Wild and Sacred Play." Mm. And then our third workshop for the day is by Melissa. She's coming all the way down from LA. We're super excited to have her as a guest artist this year. And the title is Doorway to the Imaginal Realm. Mm. And then our closing workshop of the day is by Che. We had them join us and facilitate a workshop on day 2 of last year's festival. And their title of the workshop is Embracing the Pleasures of Imperfection. That might be good for some of our Artist Way community. I mean, all of these are, but that one specifically reminds me of this recent weeks.
Yes, yeah.
And then our Sunday workshops are going to open with Iane, and the workshop is called Lullabies of Liberation. Ooh, after a full day of workshop, players portal, players processing might look like a little lullaby time. Okay. And then we're gonna bring ourselves back into teaching and hosting Soulscape, a movement play practice. And if you've experienced our Soulscape, it's a community-based movement and healing practice. We love that. We've been touring that around. Tony's been touring that around. So we're excited to bring that to the festival. And then closing out our workshop on Sunday is our dear friend BJ. And the title of their workshop is Simple Songs, Mantra Melodies, and Musical Mad Libs. Yes, that sounds fun. And then we obviously talked about our mixer guest artists, but we just wanted to like titillate you with some of the titles of the play workshops we have in store on Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, so we're so excited. There's a bunch of amazing offerings throughout the weekend. So again, whether you're just coming for a mixer to hang out, dance, play, and eat, whether you're coming to really dig deeper into what play means to you and how to really move through what you're navigating in this chapter through these different play practices, or if you just want to hang out with your friends and your friends happen to be going to the festival, we love it all. And also throughout the weekend, we'll have different art and wellness vendors present. So some people will be selling different like soul care items, like healing items. Some will be offering you to sign up to get healing practices done later on. Or you can also purchase merch from like Sultry and some other folks. So it's going to be a fun time, y'all. It's going to be fun. 2 weeks. Can't believe I keep saying that because I'm like, how are we already in June and it's about to be time? I think it's also because the weather hasn't really been, at least in the East Coast, it hasn't been
It's gloomy today.
It's gloomy here too, so I'm like, it don't feel like summer is about to be here, but that's why I be dressing up like this because I'm like, I'm okay. Yes.
We'll bring the shine. We'll bring the sun.
Yes. So don't wait to sign up for our festival scholarship and our community artist grant, or get your BOGO tickets, y'all, because once the BOGO is gone, the BOGO is gone. Okay. But there's a lot of ways for you to come join us. We are just so excited to be in community with you all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing your excitement. And thanks for sharing it with your network. So please do, even if you can't join or if you already got your ticket, continue to share our flyers, to share the videos or the link to sign up or the BOGO sales. Share that with folks. So more the merrier. So we all can be healing and dancing and playing together.
Yes, we want all of our community to live vibrant and shine bright. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
All right. Should we do a last cheers before we leave?
My guava juice is like, girl, you forgot about me.
Cheers.
It's kind of.
Wait, this way.
Okay, 1,
2, 3.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Wait, okay, one more time.
1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Oh, and if you're in our Artist Way book club,